All right. Welcome, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. I haven't really been live streaming much lately, which goes against my core principles. So I had a little bit of free time here this morning before our email empire Q&A call starts up here in about 38 minutes. And I thought I would check in with you, see how everybody's doing. Today, I want to talk about how to build a wildly profitable email list, right? I want to share with you what the concepts and the principles are, like just right down there. So if you have any questions whatsoever, please let me know in the comments. And if you're watching, let me know where you're watching and where you're tuning in from. I would love to know, do you have an email list yet? Have you started building your email list? Do you understand the importance, the significance of building an email list and how it's a way of creating a golden goose for yourself. It's a way of creating a source of revenue, a source of income that can consistently grow over time, regardless of what happens in the rest of your life, regardless of what happens in the economy. You can create a incredibly profitable long-term source of revenue, either passive or active or recurring revenue, if you focus on building an email list. I want to share with you today exactly how to do that. So if you have any questions about building an email list, how this works, why it's important, please let me know. Again, my name is Tellman Knudson. I've been an email marketer for 20 years. I'm 46, and I guess that means I got started at the very beginning when I was 26. And what's really interesting is that a lot of things have changed on the internet in the last 20 years. There have been the rise and fall of so many different social media platforms. YouTube was one of the things that was created in the last 20 years, and streaming video became a thing and changed all of our lives in a million different ways. The internet is now primarily accessed by our phones most of the time. Larger computers, larger desktops, laptops are starting to become more and more obsolete as people are diving into the depths of the internet from smaller and smaller devices. So it's very, very interesting. And one of the things that I got really lucky with in the early stages of my internet entrepreneurial career is I had failed at 7 previous businesses because I didn't understand marketing. I didn't understand how to grow a business. But online, I had to look at it in a new way. And what happened was, the way I started looking at things online, I discovered, I had this hunch that building an email list was the thing, because I back in 2003, I was looking all over the place trying to figure out how to make some money on the internet. And back then I was either trying to sell salsa on the internet, because I had a salsa company that was still on its last legs, or I was trying to sell hypnosis CDs on the internet so that I could sell a canned and cloned version of myself, a recording of myself, instead of just selling my time. And for the love of God, I couldn't figure out how to do either one of those things. I couldn't figure out how to either sell salsa, because the salsa was, $3-4 a jar at most, and it cost $5 to ship a jar, and so doing one-off direct to customer salsa was not really working out so well for me. And so that was very, very frustrating, right? Very, very frustrating. So then what happened is I turned around and I said, well, maybe I could sell hypnosis CDs, because I'd been trained as a hypnotherapist. I had been working with clients for a few years at that point, and the salsa business was pretty much dead at that point, but I still had hope for it, because the problem with the salsa was we used really, really high quality ingredients. It was chips and salsa called Tellman salsa. We used really high quality ingredients. It was the most amazing salsa in the world. But the problem was I couldn't sell it wholesale for enough of a profit for me to grow my production, right? And so every time it was just like barely making ends meet. I couldn't get any margins. Couldn't really get any traction. And so I was in college. I was working my butt off. I was driving salsa all around New England in the back of my Toyota Tercel, and the business model wasn't sustainable. It just wasn't working. And so I couldn't figure out how to make more money shipping salsa in small quantities, and I couldn't really figure out how to sell it online successfully at that point either. So that was frustrating. I kind of had an idea of how to sell hypnosis CDs, but I didn't know anything about copywriting. I definitely wasn't a copywriter at that point, and I had no copywriting skills. And so I'd look at a sales letter, but I didn't really know what I was looking at, right? I didn't really understand it. And so what happened for me is I looked around and I realized, oh, one of the things here, if you guys are watching, go ahead and chime in the comments. Let me know that you're here. I'd love to hear what platform you're tuning in from, where you're tuning in from. The question I have for you is, have you or haven't you started building your email list? I failed at 7 businesses in a row before I started building my email list. But after I started building my email list, every dime that I've made for the last 20 years has come from my email list or the email list that I or one of my writers has been managing for somebody else. And building a list is so valuable and it's so important because email is old. Email's so old. And the reason that's valuable in this case is because it's not going anywhere. And the reason it's not going anywhere is because it's not privately owned, right? All of the other social media platforms where you get viewers, where you get followers, where you get fans are all owned by companies, right? Facebook obviously is owned by Meta, right? Also owns Instagram. Google owns Google, right? And YouTube, right? The largest video platform for people. And we are broadcasting on YouTube right now. Then, of course, there's Twitter, right? We're broadcasting on Twitter right now. And of course, there's TikTok. We're not actively broadcasting. We're not multi-streaming onto TikTok right now, though I am playing more and more with TikTok. So the way you got to think about all of the different social media platforms that are out there is stop thinking of them as that's where your people are, even though they are there. Okay. That is those are all traffic sources. And you have essentially 2 different types of traffic that you can create, right? You can either create organic traffic or you can create paid traffic. With either case, you're creating an advertisement, even if this is an ad. Okay, right now I'm live streaming, I'm creating a video, but the reality is it's also an ad. And so when you go on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, blah, 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 and you create a video, that's an advertisement. And so you want to do that every day. And because you want to get good at creating ads. And if you have revenue expertise and the ability and willingness to risk some money on a funnel that you already know converts, then you want to go into paid ads. But if you're not there yet, if you're just getting started and you're just figuring all this internet stuff out, or you're just not in the right space mentally, emotionally, financially to start placing ads, that doesn't mean your life is over. What that means is you're going to make organic content. If you're an amazing writer, but you're super camera shy, then I would encourage you to write, do blog posts, do guest blog posts. And if you do videos, do cool videos where your text is featured. Maybe you're reading it, maybe you have an AI voice read it, and you make a beautiful video of your copy, whether you're a poet or a novelist or a copywriter or you're selling supplements, or you're a weight loss specialist, or you're a hypnotist, or you're a healer, or you sell bow and arrows, or you sell, coffee. Cheers. If you're amazing at writing and you just suck on camera and you don't want to get good at camera, then I would encourage you to be a writer. But most people aren't actually very good writers. And if you're willing to get over your fear of getting on camera and your fear of putting yourself out there, that's the number one thing that screws people up and holds people back and just and drowns them out, is people's fear of being judged, people's fear of going out there and doing a video and looking like an idiot in front of their friends and family. This is the number one thing that holds people back. All of my students, the most successful ones, face their fear and they start live streaming every single day. And so if you're serious about building your email list, the very first thing that I would encourage you to do is start live streaming every single day. I would schedule in a time and I would do it no matter what, about live stream content to your people about your topic, right? To your people about your topic. Adra, I know that you do dance classes, and I don't know if you're limited to exclusively Zumba, but that's one, it's been your big thing for a few years, right? So that's cool. Every day, do Zumba TikTok videos, driving to your Zumba opt-in page where you're building your Zumba email list so you can invite people, into your Zumba Facebook group and onto your email list, and then invite them to your classes. but it's all about building that list every single day. And the reason that email wins is because Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, blah, 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 LinkedIn, all of them, Twitter, they all will die. Okay. They will rise and they will fall, not only as platforms and entities, but your account or profile within those various platforms will rise and fall based on your topic, based on interest, based on algorithm changes, based on all this stuff that's completely outside of your control. Okay. So any of your traffic sources will probably eventually dry up. And if they don't dry up, congratulations. So you want to be not going for all of them all at once, but you want to establish one and get good at driving traffic from that platform every single day. And then add in another and add in another. And maybe you'll even grow your team in some capacity as you're adding in more traffic sources. But if you're adding more traffic sources in and you're getting better at driving traffic on a daily basis, in this case, we're just talking about creating organic video content or a different traffic form. If you're already educated and you already understand the different forms of traffic that are out there and you already have a form of traffic that you've got dialed in and that you're creating consistently, then you can replace that. It doesn't need to exclusively be live streaming. But here's one thing that I found about live streaming that's really, really, really great is right now at this point in time, live streaming is the type of content that people are generally consuming most, even when we live in an era and a time of short form video. Again, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook Reels, all the things, Instagram, the short form video clips absolutely work to get views, likes, and connection. I'm not saying don't do those. But in terms of people actually consuming a body of information and really getting hooked on your stuff, really getting into the message that you have, what you're teaching people, what you're sharing with people, how you're helping people, what you're doing for people. When people really get into that, they want to stay in it for a while, right? They want to watch for a while. If you guys have questions, please ask them. By the way, if you have questions, please ask them wherever you're tuning in from. Go ahead and let me know. And you have to look at the different social media platforms as feeders, all right, for your email list. And the reason is because as the algorithms change, let me just give you an example. I had a YouTube channel years ago, and it was awesome. All right, it's totally awesome. We spent a crap load of money doing videos every single day. It was called Dear Tellman, kind of like Dear Abby. And people would write in their marketing questions every day. And I would answer those questions, and we would then edit the video together and upload it to YouTube. And it was a cool way of me answering questions, putting content out on a daily basis, put some funny special effects in there, whatever. And one day, unbeknownst to me, one of our video editors made a error. They didn't do it on purpose, but they did make an error. And the error was that they put some background music for 30 seconds in one clip of video that was copyrighted. And they thought they were doing it within their limits or whatever. And they were wrong. And that's what happened. And we had spent $120,000 on this channel so far, on time, effort, energy into equipment, videos, editing. It was a year and a half every day. We were doing tons of videos. It was awesome. We spent so much money on building this channel. And in a single day, that channel got ganked. It got pulled. It got shut down. And there wasn't a damn thing I could do about it. Okay. Nothing I could do. Did our company make an error? Technically, it was a freelancer who made an error, by the way. And yes, they made an error. Did we try to apologize? Yes. Did it ever matter? Didn't ever matter. So I sunk a ton of money into this YouTube channel that was gone in an instant because in that case, YouTube decided they didn't like me. This is part of the game, guys. This is how it works, is sometimes you're going to get censored for reasons that are not necessarily fair. Okay. It doesn't matter if you're in the right when you get shut down. You're done. It doesn't, the plug has been pulled. There's nothing you can do. And so knowing this going in, you can adopt a different philosophy. And the different philosophy is I know there's a chance that any of my traffic streams could end at any day, any moment. And maybe the business goes under, maybe the algorithm changes. Who knows? Maybe my account gets pulled for a valid or invalid reason. And here's the thing, guys. This also is the case with all of your paid advertising accounts. Okay, if you step over the line too far, and every different platform has their line, if you step over the line too far, anybody will shut you down and stop allowing you to give them money. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Google, LinkedIn, Twitter, all of them, if you step over their lines, they will shut you down. That's the deal. So you use all of these free and readily available paid traffic sources to grow your email list, because your email list is your own. When someone opts into your email list, they're joining you. They're looking to you for guidance, for expertise. They want to know from you how to get the result, how to do the cool thing that you're sharing, how to do whatever it is. So even if where you house your email list, usually called your autoresponder or your CRM, your client management system, the software platform that you use to hold your email database, your email list, and to write email broadcasts and autoresponder sequences and send those out. They cost money, right? Most of them have a monthly fee associated with them, and there are thousands of different companies that offer the service now. And even if they shut you down, you can still download your email list and go and find a better or different provider and upload and start working with them again within days often, and you're back in business. If you have a backup of your list kept, then you're, and a backup autoresponder system ready to go, then you're immediately back in business, and you don't even have to skip a beat. So this is very, very, very important to realize, is that if you're going to build a business where, you get up in the morning, you send out an email, and then that, depending on the size of that list, your email makes hundreds of dollars a day, thousands of dollars a day. If you have a big responsive list, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars, then, hundreds of thousands of dollars a day for just sending an email is a bit of a big day, but it happens, right? So hundreds, thousands, let's say tens of thousands, let's just cap it there. If you can do that as a additional way of driving revenue for your business, or even if you have an entirely email driven business that you're starting from scratch while you're working full time, then you're going to get leverage. As your email list gets bigger, the emails that you send to your list are going to make more money. As your email list gets bigger, if you have it longer, you're going to get to know your list. They're going to get to know you. You're going to trust them. They're going to trust you. You're going to get to know what they need help with. You're going to find products and services to match them up with and learn how to sell those products and services to them in a better way. You're going to make more and more and more money as your email list gets bigger and bigger and bigger for your time spent. And you've now successfully broken free from the rat race, whether it's the rat race of your job or the rat race of the job that you created for yourself in your existing business where you don't have any leverage. So if this isn't making any sense to you, if you want to build your list, the first thing that I need you to do is type "build my list" into the comments. So if you want to learn how to build your email list so you can escape the rat race of your job or the job that you created for yourself in your business and really start getting some leverage, so that when you communicate and connect with your people, with each and every passing day, with each and every passing week, with each and every passing month, you have more and more and more people that are paying attention to you, that are looking to you as their advisor, that are seeking your products and services, or you're adjusting your products and services in order to better suit the needs of the people that are looking toward you as their leader, right? This is something where you're developing and creating a list. But it's like, I realized this the other day, is people want to know how to buy a list, how to get a list, how to make a list. That's not what it's about. It's like your family. Like, everybody has a unique family. And when you build your list, it's kind of like you're building your family. And they're going to be with you, for the duration of your relationship, hopefully the rest of both of your lives. And the way that you treat them is so important. And so it's not about getting a list. It's about slowly building a list, one subscriber at a time. And as you get better and better and better at it, you'll get more and more and more of them more quickly and easily as you really learn how to attract the right people. But where folks get stuck is when they separate themselves from it. They think it's just transactional. They forget that each and every one of those subscribers is a human being that is hurting, that needs help, that has wants, that has needs, that's lonely, that wants someone to connect with, to talk to, and to feel better in their lives in some capacity. And when you take a stand to become a leader and start teaching and training people something that means something to you, or selling a product or service that genuinely means something to you, people will follow you to the ends of the earth because you're there to serve them. And they know it and they can feel it. They can taste it. They trust you. So I highly recommend that if you haven't started building your list, if you're a solopreneur or a small business owner and you don't have an email list, I would highly recommend that you start building your list. And if you'd like to learn how to build your list and work potentially with me to build your list in the next 3 months, then what I'd like you to do is type "build my list" in the comments below. And I will pop a link in where you can join my early bird list, you can join the early bird list, get involved in the Facebook group, and then you can book a call with me if you're ready to take the next step. And we could talk probably this week, certainly this week, maybe this weekend, if you'd like. So I actually have my email empire class waiting for me in about 15 minutes. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm actually going to get, I'm going to take a little intermission. I'm not going to stop broadcasting, but I'm going to keep broadcasting video, but I'm actually going to send a quick email out to my email empire students to let them know what the link is for today's call. And I'm kind of going off. So if you need to go to the bathroom or, something like that, now is the time. Now is the time. I'm going to send this email out to them, make sure they're good to go, and then we'll get back. If you guys have any questions at all, about email marketing, list building, how to get this kind of stuff to work on the good old-fashioned internet, please ask them in the comments below. And even if you're watching a replay of this later on, what I would really urge you to do is ask your biggest email marketing or email list building question. Maybe it's traffic related, copywriting related, maybe it's deliverability related, email campaign related, segmentation related, autoresponder related, anything email marketing or direct response online related. Ask it in the comments below, and I will answer any and all of your questions in a upcoming video if you put them in after this live is over. So just heads up there. Go ahead, and we're currently broadcasting, as I said, we're broadcasting to, I think, 3 places on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, I think. So yeah, that's basically the name of the game. I'm going to go ahead and check to see. Adra, I would really focus on doing daily Facebook Lives and TikToks and driving to a opt-in page where people can find out how to, whatever the primary benefit is. If it's Qigong, I would say, cool, I love Qigong. Focus on the primary benefit that people are going to be paying for ultimately. What's the thing that they want to get out of Qigong? Do they want to what's the benefit that they're looking for, rather than it being about Qigong. Qigong's the solution, right? So the question is, what's the problem? So I would talk with all the Qigong teachers that you possibly can find and find out what the number one problem is that people go to Qigong to get solved, right? And that's what you want to do with your list building, is you want to focus on helping people to learn about how to solve their problem, in this case with Qigong. So that's would be the nature of what your videos would be about, your daily content would be about, and it'd be driving to a squeeze page, an opt-in page, where people will get on your email list to learn more about the amazing, healing properties or whatever it is of Qigong. I don't really, I know of Qigong, but I don't, I've maybe been in one class ever, so I'm not really sure what people's reason is. Maybe it's community. Maybe it's chronic pain. Maybe it's flexibility. I know it's. I believe. So I would really. I really give that some consideration. Let me see. Almost ready. 15 minutes. Boom. Save. All right, cool. So do you guys have any other questions on email marketing or list building? It seems like all is a little bit on the quiet side today. I'm not seeing a lot of questions come in. As a matter of fact, so far, I'm not seeing any questions come in. It's one of those days. Cool. All right, guys. Well, go ahead and hit me up with any questions if you have them. This is Tellman Knudson. I hope you have an awesome day, and I will see you very, very soon. Over and out. Bye-bye.